Hello and welcome to Chess with Simon. I'm Simon. So we see before us on the board the King's Gambit, and I'm embarrassed to admit that I thought about playing Bishop c5. You know, I mean, we're all dreaming of this, aren't we? We're all dreaming of checkmate here, but Keith's far too good for that, and he knows the King's Gambit really well, and also it's spoil sport behaviour, so we're going to accept the Gambit. We're going to take, and then we'll have a decision to make between knight f6, which is what so after knight f3, which I assume we're going to see. After knight f3, give me back the game, then we've got a choice between knight f6, which is what the computers all play these days, and then after e5 the knight comes here, or g5, which is the maximalist one, which allows things like the Museo, or d6, which is the Fischer defence, which is very good, very theoretically sound, which Fischer developed after he lost to Spassky after playing g5, or d5, the modern. So we've got some big choices, and actually I play all of those. I mean, King's Gambit's a fascinating opening. So we'll have to work out what to do, really. Here, I mean, I just think Bishop c4 asks a lot of questions of black. And also, we're winning the pawn endgame, so even just getting off all the minor pieces might be fine. Yeah. Bishop c4. Okay, this one, don't tell anybody, but we're losing. We're going to defend the pawn with the bishop. That's all I want to say about that position. Oh! I mean, I really can resign this. Malcolm Payne, international master Malcolm Payne, who organises the London Chess Classic, and also ran the chess and bridge shop, and has done so much for chess in the UK and globally, used to define this as playing on and hoping for an earthquake. Should we not hope for an earthquake? Should we just try to show some respect and resign it? Well played, that was a great game. I mean, let's analyse it next time. Shall we? Well, let's have a think about it. We'll have a think about it. This one, well, I don't know. I think we just have to wait here. Just have to wait. Okay, I've thought ever so hard about this one. I think at this point you should really be seeing to the end. I'm not sure I can see to the end, but I've got an idea. I mean, I can see variations in which I win. So I'm doing this. Over to you, White. Okay, here Liam's taken it. So don't I take this pawn? And now I think this, I'm starting to think this could be a draw. I'm assuming I can't lose a piece here by force. Don't think I'm losing a piece here by force, am I? If I'm not, maybe it's a draw. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I don't know, Gary. This all looks very hard. I mean, don't know. White can't do very much. Shall I do this and just wait and see? Plaintive voice. Don't know about that one. Okay, this one we looked at, and the last effort, the thing crashed, so I took the knight. Joseph played this, and then the variation I looked at, and this is a good move by the way, and one I hadn't seen, is probably rook here, queen takes check, king runs, takes, 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 and then black's got an endgame to hold, which I think is holdable. I think it's holdable. And let's see if Joseph knows how. So I thought that was a good move. This one, Justin's taken. So do we take with the knight or the king? Well, if we take with the king, there's a check there that wins that pawn. So let's take with the knight and try and hold on to our pawns. How about that for an idea? Okay, come on, what am I going to do with this? I'm just going to wait and see. I'm going to do nothing. If in doubt, do nothing. But I think there might be a draw coming here, which, you know, would be fully deserved. Because, for instance, where does the draw go? I mean, if I go here, check, king here, check. I suppose you can sort of wriggle out. Probably do want to wriggle out. Probably do want to try and wriggle out. Might end up with 2 bishops versus a rook, which might be very amusing. Okay. So what does that mean I'm doing? I'm just waiting. What about this? What about try to... It's tricky, isn't it? Well, you've got to do something. Okay. Here. Alright, I'm going to make the move, even though it's rash. I've made 2 moves in one day. There we go. This one. Should we push the pawn? Probably swapping the queens off. Probably heading for a draw. Don't know. Gareth. Knight BD7 in the King's Indian. Castle, don't you? Got a castle. I suppose you can play bishop e3. Do they play bishop e3 here? They either castle or play bishop e3, but bishop e3 is a bit better theoretically. Come on, let's play bishop e3 because, yeah, it's a bit more accurate, I think. Because what you get is you get lines when the knight comes back to defend this pawn. Things like that. Also, we don't want to commit to going on the king's side quite yet. Don't know what to do about this. This is the game with Ian. I think Ian's equalised here. I think in the Breuer, when this happens in the Roy Lopez Breuer, you play moves like bishop g5, and I haven't really done the variations, but it looks quite good, that. So you keep the tension, but you stop the knight causing you enormous problems. I think if you liquidate, all the tactics work for black and it just comes off to an equal game. Here I'm claiming that white retains a slight pull, but I'll probably find out I've blended a piece somewhere. Okay, d5. No, that blunders a pawn, doesn't it? We can't do that then. Okay. You know, correspondence chess played as bullet. That's great, isn't it? Really, really good idea. Okay, Nick, g3. We're going to play cautiously. We're going to play sensibly. We're going to play positionally. We're not going to do any of that wild nonsense I did last time. We all know how that ended up. Tears for me. There's more than this. There's more. Because actually, I made a couple of moves against Horde Coach. What? Okay. This one. I played h5, thinking that I think I might be able to win this, but I'm not entirely sure, is the honest truth. I tried to see right to the end and I couldn't quite see right to the end. So I'm not entirely sure. The game against Nigel, it's still Nigel. I'm still waiting for Nigel to move. Liam's, I took the pawn. This one I just waited. Oh, Horde Coach. The game against Stuart, I played check, took the bishop. So I'd have thought that black would have played g6 here rather than the king back. So I think white's got a better position and is a pawn up. So I think white should be doing quite well there. I think that's really it at the moment, isn't it? Isn't that it? I think that's it. Okay, against Horde Coach here, what we did was we played knight h6 on the basis that we're going to play rook g8, and we're going to pick off this pawn. We're going to take twice, and there's no push because the queen's covering the square. So I think we're doing all right there, actually. I think we are doing all right. Now let's have a look at chess.com. Let's see what's going on there. So this game, in which I'm struggling slightly, we're going to put the king in the corner to escape various discovered checks. Are we not? This one, we've got to do something. I think we've got to put the knight on that beautiful blockading square, haven't we? That square was just made for the knight, and then we're hitting this knight as well. I'm sure my opponent's good enough to realise. I know he's good enough to realise that, but I think that's a nice move. I actually think black's a bit better here, frankly. I mean, not winning, but got a pull, certainly. We take here, we get the two bishops. We've certainly got a space advantage. I'm quite confident with this one. I mean, black could take on c3. That would be awkward, but... bring the king. Got a slight structural advantage in this one against CL and Puffin. I don't think that's a real Puffin. I think that's a human controlling that account. The chess is too good for a seabird. Okay, this... What if we swapped everything down? What if we took... But maybe black wouldn't take with the rooks, take with a pawn maybe. Or probably definitely wouldn't take with the rooks, because then you... Well... I think moving the king to the centre is a good idea here. Seeing if we can pick something off here by breaking up these pawns. Well, but are these pawns undefended now? It's hard. I'm going to defer that decision. This one I think we're just winning. So I just think we'll just do something. We don't need to rush this. It's fine. Don't know. It's too late. Come on, let's develop the queen. Let's get the queen out and connect the rooks. And then I think if black takes, we take with the queen probably. Oh, this is interesting. Really interesting. But I think I'm winning a... So aren't I winning something here? Takes, takes, check. Oh, the bishop goes in the way. You can't... So maybe what you've got to do is do the check with the queen. Check with the queen. Bishop, and then it's check with the rook. So what if the king runs, you take here. Is this bad? Not really. It's a bit weird, but okay. I think this is fine. I think we're taking with the knight here, and I don't think. I think we're all right here. Incredibly sharp opening. Don't know. Oh, this is great. I've looked really closely at this. We take here. I mean, I'll give you one example variation, which is pretty. Here, takes, takes, rook takes. It's a fork. That's really bad. So I think taking here is good for white. Now, it's not, I mean, spoiler alert, it's not winning in all variations, but I think white's got a definite pull here. This is a really good move by Josh. Actually defends the fork and defends the pawn. So I think rook b1 is called for, isn't it? Rook b1 is the order of the day. Let's cause some disruption on that. And moves like bishop f3, targeting this pawn. Depending a bit, I assume the bishop's going here. Maybe queen here. Attacking this pawn. I don't know. But I think getting the rook on that file onto the king's really good news. But, you know, black's go... Well, I think the king's a bit vulnerable. That's the only problem. Aaron, should we have this? Yum yum, it's a pawn. King in the corner. Okay. So before we go to bed, I mean, after all, it's only 1:10. Before we go to bed, let's do a chess puzzle. Okay. What here? There's a rook for free, and then we get checkmated. That's not very attractive. That's not good chess. We do a check at the back. So we're going to need some... So we've got a checkmate almost happening to us, which is not good news. What's the material? Equal. So what if we played h6 to stop the checkmate? Not very exciting, is it? Maybe that's what we do then. Maybe we play h6. Check with the queen in the corner. Check with the knight. Takes. Queen takes. And we take the rook. And so there's two things on prise. The rook and the knight are on prise. So h6, check, there, knight there, takes, takes. I believe it. Oh, thousands wouldn't. Take, yay! 28.90. We're not going to do it. We're stopping here because that was nice. We are definitely stopping here. Okay. We're not stopping there. This one. What about I take, the knight takes, and then you hit with the rook, and then the rook goes behind, then you check there, win something or other. So I take, knight takes, there, rook there, check. Yeah. Now is this right? Is this right? Rook here, rook there, and then I don't know what you do. Maybe knight here, but maybe the check, and then the rook takes, and then you take here. I don't know. Why does that benefit me? Maybe there's a different thing. Maybe you pin the bishop. No. I think attacking this looks right. Oh, attack this, rook behind, then you can push the pawn even. Oh! You gave me the material. Look, it's 2899. Give me the points. 2899. Do we should we do one more? It didn't give me the points. That was weird. Oh well. I guess we just got to deal with injustice. It's white to move. What is the black king doing there? That is absolutely crazy. What is the black king doing? I mean, okay. Knight here, check. King there. Knight here, check. King there. Check. King takes. Knight here, king there, check, king takes. There's no knight here because then this knight falls as well. It can't be that. Okay, how about this? Knight here, check. Is that mate in one? Oh, that's ridiculous. Well, that's easy, isn't it? What's going on with these tactics things? I thought they meant to be hard. 2895. Check. That's quite a nasty check, isn't it? I assume we have lots of threats here. So where could... So if we go here, this check's really grisly. If we run into space, check at the back. No, surely we've got to go here. And then there's a check here. I think we've got to go here. It just feels right, doesn't it? Okay, everybody. So we don't want to repeat moves. And this looks quite safe, doesn't it? I mean, where are the checks here? There aren't any. This is all right. Well, there's that one. Okay, fair. So I could run back for a draw, or I could run here, and then when black takes, I could check here and swap the queens off and declare victory. Make sense-ish? But then why am I going... Is there a choice... Is there a difference between here and here? Here... Well, there is a difference because here's illegal because I'm still in check. That's the difference. 29.04. I mean, I really blundered through those tactics, but you know what? The grades don't lie. Hope everyone's well. See you all soon.